what will Bitcoin do next? In my last video, as it was breaking out of this red ascending parallel channel, in that video, the reason I turned the video recorder on and got that message out to you was because it was an interesting spot. Not only was it breaking out of that channel, it was also at that white line that marks previous ranges, bottoms, and tops. I've spoken about that a few times. If you want to learn how to do analysis, it can be just this simple. I mean, this is just one tool in the toolbox, of course. But these white lines, what they represent is the top of ranges where the next range higher bounces off of, starting all the way back here at $25,000. Top of the range, the next range bounces off of it, goes above it, comes back down, bounces off of it, continues higher, right? Here's another one. This white line here is the top of this little tiny range here. It goes above it, comes back up, bounces right off of it, continues higher. This range here, 49,000. It goes up, it comes back down, it bounces directly off of it, right? It goes up, it comes back down. The top of this one is 75,000. See this? It goes up, it comes back down, it bounces directly off of it, right? There's a new little range here. It comes up, and this is where you start to sense this is probably a top. And I wasn't paying close attention here, but this would have been an indicator when it came back down through this white line at 89,000. That's an indicator that big bull run. It's not really a bull run. I mean, it is a bull run. It's the cycle. It's 3-year, 11-month Bitcoin cycle, halving cycle. It's probably finished, and now it's going to be the downside, and that is indeed what is playing out. How far down it goes, we will examine here a little bit in the video. In my last video, I talked about if it comes back down, the target for that red channel was right in the ballpark of this white line down here. It's 75,000. It's actually 74,469. And look at that. Look, I mean, I made that video. Look how close that is. It came down to 74,558. The line is 74,469. That is a simple way to do analysis, and it's extremely accurate. Why this happens repeatedly, I do not know. These patterns showed up in the Japanese rice market centuries ago, is where these candlestick market analysis came from. I imagine with today's computers and automated trading, it's probably making it even more so now. This happens over and over and over. I just want to put that out. I like putting good information out. If you don't know how to do analysis, that's one way to do it. Save this video, come back, keep it, and watch it, like it, and watch it for yourself in the future. It's a lot. If you're brand new, it's a lot to soak in. But I called this is my personal story. I like telling my personal story, and also I want to give you a warning to don't necessarily listen to people on YouTube when it comes to money markets, because anyone can make videos. Me personally, I am behind in this. I got liquidated a couple times, and I'm behind money. In the future, I will eventually get it all back. But I just want to show you that, I said it was coming down here. The target was right around this white line. I said it was going to come down and bounce off 75,000. Right? That was a $14,000 dump that I said was going to happen, and it happened. And I'm telling you that I am behind in money, right? I don't have money to trade with right now, right? And because of that, I'm in credit card debt, and my plan was to pay off my credit card and my taxes with the money I was going to make. My personal story, I just want to give you this. It's good. You can learn a lot from people's failures. I got liquidated right here. See this wick right here? January 14th. I got liquidated right there. Literally right there. If I just put another 100, I wasn't paying attention. I didn't realize it was such a rapid rise in those couple of days, those few days. It lulled me to sleep. And I wasn't paying attention. If I just stuck another 100, $200 in here, I'd have been fine, and I would have had a massive profit. Right? I was shorting. I was shorting. I was shorting. I put all my money in up here at the top, and I couldn't barely save. I didn't have enough liquid and dry powder. And I made a stupid mistake, right? So one time I went to Vegas, and there was a long line of slot machines, and they were all filled up, and they were playing. There's a big progressive, almost $2 million jackpot on the slot machines. Big long row of them, and there was two of them, only two of them empty, and they're right next to each other. And I went and I sat down at the one on the right, and sat there for a few minutes, sat there for a while playing, and someone walked up to the one on the left and sat down next to me. And on their second spin, they hit the progressive jackpot for almost $2 million. And I can't describe to you the feeling in my stomach of just being nauseous. Right? That's the same feeling I have now with Bitcoin, because my analysis is wonderful, right? And I'm behind money. I just want to warn you that if I can give this kind of analysis to you, extremely high quality stuff, and I'm behind money in this market, what kind of information might you be getting from other people that are making YouTube videos about this, right? I experienced it in the last cycle. It's how bad, I guess I don't want to call people out, but how bad a lot of the YouTubers are analysis, right? Is there anyone watching my video right now that was being told to buy Bitcoin up here, anywhere in the last 6, 7, 8 months? Were you told to buy Bitcoin? That's terrible analysis. No one should have been doing that, right? Unless they were also telling you to open a short in the opposite direction while you were doing it, in hedge mode. But let's not go down that road. So I just want to show you that. Now, where is it going? Where's it going from here? It could come down. Let's go to a different chart here. It's got a longer time frame. And let's look at the last cycle. There's some interesting things going on here. The previous time I got liquidated was right here on August 4th. See this right here? It was just a technicality on my part. I just didn't have enough dry powder. I would have been fine. I was longing. All the available dry powder I had I was longing right here. I was in hedge mode, shorting and longing. So I took profit on my short and I was longing, but I just didn't have quite enough dry powder. There's a miscalculation. And right there at the very bottom of that wick, just like $100, $200, a couple $100, I got liquidated. And I was stuffing all the dry powder into a long, leverage long, which would have just been this massive gain, right? And I just want to show you this because you should watch my channel. My analysis is really, really good. I've made some really stupid mistakes. I've been liquidated 3 times. I showed you 2. The first time I was liquidated was way back here, where I was. Now this is what I want to show you, talk to you about. I got liquidated here. Well, actually, it was down here, but the mistake was made up here, where I was long. I was listening to YouTubers. They were telling me to long, right? The best traders out there, right? Just there was one channel in particular. We're the best. We're the best. We're the best. And they were saying, set up your buy box here. Set up your buy box here. And so I set up my buy box here, and it just went straight down. Elon Musk dumped the market here, and it just went straight down like a rock. I got liquidated down here towards the bottom, actually, of that dump. That was the first time when I didn't know what I was doing, and I was up huge money. And I mean, for me, huge money at the time. But I've been liquidated 3 times. My point being is my last video, you just saw it, and it got traction on YouTube. So you should subscribe and like this video and watch my analysis, because I'm gonna tell you how it is, right? I'm gonna tell you how it is. I'm in credit card debt and I'm behind on my taxes because I had that money in this market, and my plan was to make a bunch of money and of course just pay that right off and blah yada yada. And I'm an inch away from being, well over 7 figures, There's lots of different ways to look at it. Look at this action here. This specifically. I just want to show you this. Look at how similar this is to where we're at in this cycle. Those two things. That's basically a fractal. It's not perfect, but look at that. Look how similar it is. Comes up, down, and then sets it higher high, and then into the bear market. I'll say bear market now. It's a sleeping platypus. I don't like bear and bull market in Bitcoin because it's cyclical. It's a cycle. It's an ongoing cycle, right? It goes up and down, right? But look how similar that is. Comes up, down, and then sets a new high, and then back down. So if it's going to play out like last cycle, and I'm not saying it is, but it's very, very similar. See this point here? That's basically this point here. And from here, in last cycle, it indeed, let me get my magnet back on. From last cycle, where we're at right now, from that peak to the bottom, it dumped another 66%, right? to the very bottom. Now that was that FTX debacle and a run on banks and all that fear. So it's going to take bad news, right? This will not happen without a news event, and there probably will be a news event coming. Like Michael Saylor might sell some Bitcoin that will crash this market. So where are we at now? From this point so far, it's down 23%. If it came down 66% like last cycle, I know. Look at that. I know. You were told this could not happen, right? Could not happen. That's 32,000. And I'm gonna leave that there. And why is that an interesting level? Because look, that's one. It was on a different chart, but that's one of the white lines. That's one of the white lines on my chart that I showed earlier. Exactly 66%. Well, now it's showing 68. But I think I drew that line in the wrong spot. Actually, it needs to come up a little bit. I missed the top wick. My magnet stuck somewhere else. The 32,000, but you know what I'm saying. It's almost perfect. Boom, there it is. 66% on the dot to that white line on my chart. Is that a coincidence? I wasn't so sure there'd be a huge crash this cycle, but now seeing this, it could be happening. It's going to take a news event, so watch the news. And I do apologize because I mean, not for me, but I apologize for the other YouTubers out there and social media in general that may have sucked you into this. It happens routinely. They put you on a tee, right? They hype you up and they put you on a tee, and then boom, here comes a professional golfer with a big driver, and he smacks it 350 yards down the fairway on you. Right? They put you on a tee, set you up, and knock you down. It happens over and over and over. And I just wanted to warn you. This video got a lot longer than I wanted it to, but this is an uncanny resemblance to this, without a doubt. As an analyst, I have to tell you that's that's pretty damn close, and the time frame's very similar. If it's going to dump from where it is now, it's going to do it in the next few weeks, right? Just judging by the last cycle. I mean, it doesn't have to do anything, but the last cycle, that's another like 3 or 4 weeks. In other words, it could do something like this, maybe bounce on it, and then boom. If you bought on the spot market up here, don't sell now. Just hold. This market will recover, and in a few years, this will be sitting up 170,000 or so, right? And you'll be like, why did I sell out of fear? If you're leveraged, if you're stuck in a leverage long from up here, and you're putting a bunch of money in to try to save your long, I'm sorry that someone led you to believe to do that, because this could get ugly. This market finds pain. And I want to say one more thing. This is the Michael Saylor line. Michael Saylor is in at this line where we're at right now. He's in for about 76,000. If Michael Saylor starts feeling pressure, this market specifically, even, I mean, all money markets make you feel pain, but they have a habit of finding pain, right? Bitcoin money market has a habit of finding the most pain possible. And this Michael Saylor line is extremely painful for a lot of people. If he ends up selling, if strategy has to sell Bitcoin, even if it's just a little bit, just to pay some bills or whatever, just to keep things tidy, a healthy sell. The news of that, who cares what he does? Just the news of it. The same way Elon Musk back here dumped the market is exactly what could happen now. And if that happens, it will be a matter of days, a week that it's sitting down here at this next white line. And if something else happens, it could come down here. Right? That is exactly the same dump as last cycle. Right. I'll just end the video on this note. The last cycle, from the all-time high to the next bottom, was actually 77%. I don't have it on the right way. 77%. 77% is oh boy, is 29,000. It's in the ballpark of that white line. Take it, leave it, enjoy it, and one thing's for sure: no matter how far down this goes, there's going to be a massive pump. So this is not the time to panic and sell if you're on the spot market. If you're leveraged long, I don't know your situation. I don't know what to tell you to do. You can try to save it. It could get expensive. Maybe it bounces from here. And there is no huge crash this cycle. Who knows for sure what's going to happen? I would say that 50,000 is probably got a good probability coming down to 50,000. I got a cat meowing at me. Stop it. Stop. I would not be surprised if this does indeed come down to 50,000. It's too early right now for me to give an analysis, really, what's going to happen. I need to watch this for a while to see what this action is going to do before I can tell you if it's coming down. I'm going to see what kind of patterns it forms, and I'll make videos here in the next day on what I think is going to happen. It's just too early right now with this bounce exactly off that white line. It's too early. What will likely happen is it's just kind of going to go sideways for a while, something like this, and then there'll be patterns that I can see and I'll tell you about, and I'll get more information. This is like a language. When you learn to read it, it becomes like this whole thing's like a language. I can usually tell you what it's saying if you want to subscribe to my channel. I'm sorry this video got too long. This is fun to do for me. I really enjoy this, and I just my personal story. I want to relate that to you. If you've lost money in this, don't be too hard on yourself. You were psychologically screwed with, right? That's what happened to you. That's why you're in the position you are in. I just want to tell you that this feeling I get in my stomach when I think about my last two mistakes I made, how much money I would have right now. I would be in a totally different. My life would be totally different, right? So don't be too hard on yourself. And I wanted to get back to that. This is not the time to be selling. If you're on the spot market, don't be selling down here, right? If you were buying up here, and particularly on the spot market, if you were buying up here and now you're freaking out because you're watching all your money evaporate, well, that's just on paper. Calm down. Don't sell down here. Which, you know what you do down here? You buy. Buy on the way down. This could get nasty. You could see a $30,000 Bitcoin. Unlikely, and it's too early to tell. More likely 50,000. Maybe it doesn't come down there at all either. But you should be buying, right? Be buying. Buy into fear. When it's super scary and the sky's falling, buy, because this is coming. Boom. All right, I hope you enjoyed it. Later.